Hello and welcome to episode 4 of Sight and Sound. For this special episode, we don't have one special guest, we have two. Please welcome singer-songwriter, blues musician, keyboardist extraordinaire, I should say.
It's good grammar.
Mr. Bob Malone. How are you?
I'm all right.
Dude, you have been playing all over the world with your original projects. You've been playing with John Fogerty for 12 years. But you've been writing music and playing keyboards forever. We share a parallel because you said you were classically trained.
That's right.
So I was classically trained in opera. Tell me how classical music influenced your playing.
I think it just made me a better overall musician. Give me a broader understanding of everything.
Right.
I think, it makes my playing kind of more clean, I still love classical music.
Who are your favorite composers to play?
Oh, well, I play all of them badly, basically, But Rachmaninoff.
Yeah, he's
Beethoven,
the man, yes. Usually all keyboardists love Chopin and Rachmaninoff.
Yeah, Chopin I love, but it's incredibly, it doesn't lay well for me.
Right.
But, I in that world, I was I probably would have been a mediocre, classical pianist.
I don't think so. I think you could still rock some classical music if you wanted to.
Yeah, I can play it, In the context of that I'm in now, if you can play it at all, everyone just thinks you're a genius.
Right.
Because you have the knowledge, a lot of people just don't.
Well, you have such a great feel to your playing. How did jazz and funk and soul and blues kind of seep into your playing after you started?
My whole thing was, really young, I loved, when I started playing, I loved classical music. I really loved jazz. It was I was 12, 13, and late 70s, early 80s, fusion was still happening.
Right.
I loved that stuff. And I never really acknowledged genre, basically, it was all just music to me. And I kind of came to rock and roll late. I was probably 15 when I really discovered pop music at all. I was just really immersed in classical and jazz music, and so by the time I discovered it, I had all that weird kind of background, and listening to a lot of Stravinsky, then Billy Joel.
That's awesome. Herbie Hancock and Chick Corea were big influences on you.
Yeah. Like that acoustic piano duo live record they did. It's incredible. I just was glued to that as a kid. I couldn't get enough of it. The funny thing is, I listened to those guys, and I can't really say they were, even then I knew I was never going to play as well as either of them.
Right.
So, I kind of steered myself in other directions, but it was a huge thing for me, that stuff.
When you also started writing songs, which is so cool because, it's it shows your versatility as a musician because you're also kind of also writing songs and singing melodies and singing lead on all their songs. So tell me how that influenced your writing coming from the jazz background and classical, which is mostly instrumental for the most part.
Yeah, I listened mostly to instrument. Yeah, when I started writing songs, that's what I really fell in love with. Above playing, I can play and I love to do that, but I really love to do a song, write a song and connect. There's a way you connect with people through a great song that is just untouched by anything else, as soon as I started doing that, that was the thing for me, was to write as great of a song as I could,
Well, that's the hardest thing because it's you never know when that song's going to come. But you spent a lot of your adult life also touring with John Fogerty. He was a great songwriter. Yeah. Was there any kind of tidbits of wisdom that he gave you on the road or playing or in the studio?
No, he doesn't really give you wisdom. I mean, the thing I really took away from that more than anything else was the importance of really just sounding like yourself.
Right.
Right? You can be great and sound just like other people, and it doesn't matter, right? That's already been done.
Right.
Playing every night, played with him, 2 notes, it's him, right? People, and where I also learned kind of as I got older and got around all that is, even people I hate, musicians I really don't like, famous musicians they all have a sound. It's them and a couple of notes, and that is the most important part You know, whether
Right.
I like it or not has nothing to do with it. Like, I used to be like, I hate them. Why are they big? You know, and now like they're big because nobody else sounds like them.
Right.
Right. And that is the essence of the whole thing. So, yeah, I really, in the last 15 years, really made a point of letting go of trying, like, of my influences and really
Right.
trying to sound like.
And just writing a good song.
Writing a good song, just singing like I sing, play like I play. I mean, you can hear my influence. They're always going to be there. Everybody has them. But, you know, it was freeing to just be like, oh, I should just be me. You know, because when I was growing, I was a nerdy kid, unpopular kid. Like, I didn't
Right.
want to be me.
Right.
The last thing I wanted to be, as soon as I started being me, everybody responded in a completely different way. You know, like people
That's amazing.
became much like real fans, you know, and really wanted to hear me because there was no substitute, I hope.
Well, it was really important for me to have you on this show because you played on my last Blues Trio record, you played on Struttin', and you played on Pride and Joy too. But man, it's been such an honor to know you as a musician, know you as a person, and thank you so much for being a guest on Sight and Sound and for playing your ass off on all these songs. I mean, you're such a terrific
I
musician.
feel like I should redo my part.
No, you sounded
leave
great.
the studio thinking, I really nailed that. We're into that part of the session where we've been here, like I have a studio wall. Like after I've been in the studio for a certain amount of time, everything just sounds terrible to me. Like I have no idea if I just played great. Everyone's like, "You killed that solo." I'm like, "Yeah, it was terrible." You know? That's pretty much all I can think right now. So I'll probably listen to it tomorrow and I'll be like, well,
I'm gonna love it, and you're gonna love it too. And
no,
you
I'm
sounded
sure it was
fantastic.
fine.
You sounded
I know it's
fantastic.
psychological now. So
Well, that's the inner zen of the musician struggle. So
yeah, that's right.
It's good to know that you still have that struggle because you are a beast of a musician, just like Greg Wright. It was such an honor to have you on as a guest. Thank you, and we got to make more music, man.
Yeah,
That's just what has to happen.
Call me up. I'm here.
Cheers.
Except when I'm not. Thank you.
Well, check out Bob Malone. He's playing Struttin' and he's playing on Price of Falling Down and Red House with Greg Wright and the rest of the band, the NK Power Trio with some horns. We'll see you in a bit.